Have you ever noticed how certain behaviors seem to pull you in without you understanding why? That urge to check your phone again, a habit you didn't want to repeat, or an impulse that comes out of nowhere but takes over? Today, neuroscience will show you why. And perhaps, after this video, you will finally understand how a single molecule can silently reconfigure your brain: dopamine. Many people think that dopamine is the pleasure substance, but that's not entirely true. Dopamine is actually the substance of anticipation, motivation, and desire. It doesn't make you feel pleasure. It makes you feel desire. And it's precisely that desire that begins to shape your habits. Every time you get a small dopamine rush, opening an app, replying to a message, receiving a notification, your brain registers this behavior as an efficient path to feeling rewarded. In neuroscience, this is called reinforcement. Reinforcement is basically the brain learning patterns. But how does this learning happen? Think of it this way. When you draw a light line on paper, it's almost impossible to see. But if you go over the same line with your pencil several times, it becomes a stronger, darker, and increasingly difficult to ignore. The brain works exactly like this. The more you repeat a behavior, the stronger that mental line becomes, until, without realizing it, it becomes the automatic path you follow. That's why certain habits seem to dominate you. It's not a lack of willpower. It's your brain choosing the path it already knows. And maybe you've already noticed this in your daily life. That quick glance at your phone that turns into half an hour, that just today that repeats itself every day, or that person who gives you irregular attention, but your brain insists on seeking even when it doesn't make sense. All of this is dopamine reinforcing pathways. But here's the most important point. The same mechanism that creates a pattern can also undo it. Dopamine does not choose between what is good or bad for you. It only strengthens what is repeated frequently. And that is excellent news, because if you change the stimulus, change the rhythm, change the repetition, the brain begins to draw new lines. It literally reorganizes itself. This process is called neuroplasticity. It's the brain's ability to create new pathways and weaken old ones. That's how habits change, not by force, by repetition. The truth is simple and profound. Your brain is always molding itself to what you do every day. You're not a hostage to dopamine. You are the artist who decides which lines to reinforce. And here's the detail that almost no one knows. The brain doesn't choose the right path. It chooses the most repeated one. That's why micro actions matter so much. A minute's pause before picking up your phone. A not today to that automatic impulse. A small detour from the repeated route. These moments, which seem insignificant, are literally the brain creating new circuits. And that's when everything changes. Because little by little, the habit that controlled you begins to lose strength. And the new route, even if small, begins to become clearer, more stable, more yours. Now I want to ask you, and this answer says a lot about how your brain works today. What habit do you feel pulls you without you realizing it? Your cell phone? Comparing yourself to others? Procrastination? Messages you know you shouldn't reply to? Write it down in the comments. It's not just interaction. It's you observing your own brain at work. And that's always the first step to changing anything.